What is going on, YouTubeverse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Top 5. And guys, very exciting news. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has just announced the official 2025 inductees. Out of 14 nominated, only 7 made the cut, and they are Bad Company, Chubby Checker, Joe Cocker, finally, Cyndi Lauper, Soundgarden, yes, Outkast, and the White Stripes. So I'm going to talk about my 5 favorites of these 7. Before I get into that, I do want to mention I'm not that surprised with these results, other than the fact that maybe the White Stripes seems a little early. Like, to me, it would have seemed like a band like Oasis would have made it before them. But then again, I think at least one of the Gallagher brothers has recently kind of snubbed his nose at the Rock Hall. So there's always some kind of politics involved. But another thing to note is that there's another category based on influence, where someone who's been, people have been crying about him not getting in for many years, Warren Zevon, finally made it in that category. Even though it's not the official route as a performer, it's cool to see him get in there, as well as Salt and Peppa made it in the influence category as well. But yeah, guys, so really excited about some of these. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. At number 5. Come on, baby. Let's do the twist. Chubby Checker. Had to throw him in here in the 5 spot, even though he's not an artist that I honestly listen to often. It's just one of those things where it's like, how is he not in the Rock Hall already? Just based on longevity alone, he's one of these artists that, I kind of love to hate the Rock Hall sometimes. And it's just like many people that I will be talking about on my new snubs list next week. Be on the lookout for that. He would be one where I'm just like, my mind is blown that he wasn't already in. Just for, what he contributed to rock and roll in the 50s with the twist alone, which, it's not one of my favorite songs. It's kind of cute. And, there's not a lot of 50s music I really find myself listening to on a regular basis, except some of the great jazz from that period. But obviously, he was just, one of the pioneers of rock and roll. So yeah, gotta have him on the list. So that's my number 5. Now at number 4. Cyndi Lauper, yeah, I mean, gotta love her, man. I mean, just her debut album alone, She's So Unusual, from 1984, is just classic. You had Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Time After Time, multiple great songs just on that album. And man, her voice is just astonishingly good. And another artist that has been around for a while, and it's like, amazing that she's just now getting in. And, I'm kind of surprised, actually. It was between her and Mariah Carey. Usually between 2 women artists, they just go with one. I was thinking Mariah Carey might have snuck in here, but I'm so glad that Cyndi did, because I think just her talent is incredible. Even though she hasn't done a lot recently, the work that she did in the 80s is fantastic. And so that's my number 4. So now at number 3. Yeah, in Slum National Underground, thunderbounds when I stomp the ground like a million elephants. Outkast. I mean, come on, you gotta love Outkast. I mean, just the album Stankonia from 2000 is incredible. B.O.B. Bombs Over Baghdad is one of my favorite hip hop songs of all time. And then you've got hits like Hey Ya and I Like the Way You Move from the Love Below album. And, just as far as hip-hop talent alone, Andre 3000, just him by himself is on another level. Just his flow is incredible. And then Big Boy, nothing to sneeze at either. It'll be really cool to see them perform at the Rock Hall ceremony. I'm really excited about that, and would also love to see them reunite and not be doing like weird flute music or whatever Andre 3000 is up to now. But hey, for all the great output that they had in the late 90s, early 2000s, they certainly deserve to be in the Rock Hall. And that's my number 3. So now at number 2, Joe Cocker, yes, he has, if you've watched my channel long enough, you know I've done several Rock Hall snubs lists, and he has been consistently on that list. So finally, just like last year with Peter Frampton, I can cross him off of that list, and rightfully so. I mean, Joe Cocker, just one of the greatest voices of all time in rock and roll history, one of the greatest, let's just call it what it is, cover artists of all time. I don't really think he had many original songs, and if he did, they certainly weren't his best. But man, I mean, his cover of Feeling All Right, his cover of, With a Little Help from My Friends by the Beatles, just so many. You Can Leave Your Hat On, a Randy Newman song. He just always elevated the original source material either into something really cool and different or something better than the original itself. And that is something that there's only a few artists that I can think of off the top of my head that do that on a regular basis. He's one of them. Roberta Flack is one of them. And he rightfully deserves to finally be in the Rock Hall of Fame. So excited about that. And that's only my number 2. So now at number 1... Soundgarden, yes, I am so excited about this. I mean, these guys have deserved to be in there just as long as Pearl Jam and Nirvana, but as I mentioned earlier, politics always gets involved, and a popularity contest always gets involved. Soundgarden, out of those 3 grunge bands from the early 90s, and actually Soundgarden released their first album, I think, in 1988. They were on the scene sooner, but they were just as good, if not, like, in some ways better, as far as like Super Unknown, just one of the greatest grunge albums of all time, just one of the greatest albums, period. And yeah, Chris Cornell, man. I mean, come on. Right up there with Robert Plant as far as like rock and roll voices. I would not be surprised if eventually Audioslave gets in there as well. Obviously they were not, they were certainly as popular, but Soundgarden, I think, is more highly revered overall, and rightfully so. I mean, all 4 of those guys, tremendously talented. Really cool to see that Matt Cameron will now be in the Rock Hall twice with Pearl Jam as well. So yeah, Soundgarden, I'm so happy about this. I was kind of worried that I think it was their second time nominated, and sometimes if it goes twice and then they don't get in, it can be a long time after that or never. So thank God that, Soundgarden prevailed. And yeah, that's my list, guys. So let me know in the comments below what you think of the picks. Obviously, there were some other that did get snubbed this year, but nothing that really upset me too much, honestly. But yeah, what do you think about everyone that got in? And please be on the lookout for my updated snubs top 5 next week. Again, no more Joe Cocker, but so someone else, maybe 1 or 2 may be getting on there. We'll see. Be on the lookout. We got much more here. Album reviews, top 50s, so much more. Thank you for watching. And as always,